Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Bree here, and let me just start off by saying Happy New Year. It is finally 2023, and you know what that means. This year is my graduation year, so I'm super excited. My nursing journey is almost coming to an end, but I just wanted to hop on here and kind of just give you a rundown of how my fall semester went and keep you guys updated. So if that's something that interests you, please stay tuned. But before you do so, make sure you guys go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and let's get straight into the video. Like I said, again, Happy New Year to you guys. It's such a blessing to make it this far in nursing school because I am graduating this year, and it's just like such a surreal moment. Like, I literally remember sitting down and filming my video when I first got accepted into Chamberlain, and now look where I'm at in my last year of nursing. So isn't that just crazy? So I just want to say thank you guys who have followed my journey, who's comment, liked, and subscribed to this channel. Like, it means a lot to me. So thank you guys so much. But it's just crazy to say that, like, wow, I finally am in my last year of nursing. Like, I've been waiting to say that since I started nursing school, to be honest. So it's just really good to finally be almost done in my nursing journey and just being one step further in my career. So excited about that. So let's just get straight into how my fall semester went. I finished off my fall semester very strong. And so in my September session, I took pediatrics and I took evidence-based. And then in November, I took mental health. So let's just start off by my September session. So with pediatrics, I don't know if some of you guys know, but when I was first starting to get into nursing or like applying to nursing schools, I always thought, like, you know what, I want to be a pediatric nurse because obviously I love working with kids. I used to be a nanny. I used to be a camp counselor. I used to do a lot of things working with kids. So I was like, why not be a pediatric nurse where I'm able to work with kids and just love my job? So pediatrics. So obviously pediatrics is one of like the hardest classes, and a lot of people struggle in pediatrics because it's very different from the other classes that we take. So pediatrics is definitely like a struggle to me. Not more like a struggle, like very challenging, because it's very different. So like I'm used to like doing things for adults and everything. So when it came to pediatrics, it was kind of like pretty much relearning everything, but like as like a child's perspective rather than like you're caring for a patient who's an adult. So like, their blood pressure, their temperature, their respirations, all of that, they have different ranges compared to an adult. So I'm pretty much relearning and having to learn, all right, what is the ranges for this on a child, So it was very challenging, and we had to be very careful on our medications when we're giving medications, because we have to pretty much do a safe dose range to make sure that we're not giving the child double the medication that they need, for instance. So like we pretty much had to calculate it by the child's weight, and they measure the weight in kilograms. So it was pretty much, you had to be on your P's and Q's on your medications and making sure it was in the safe dose range before you give it to your patient. So with pediatrics, we obviously had our med calc exam in the beginning of the session, and then we had one exam and then one final exam on top of the CMS. And then we did have quizzes throughout the session. So, it's crazy. My teacher who I had for pediatrics was the same teacher I had for like one of my first nursing classes, which was NR 103. And it was just so nice to like finally like see her in person and get to know her in person, because when I took NR 103, it was online. So, we're looking at each other over the webcam, you know what I'm saying? So it was nice to like finally see her in person. And I honestly do better learning in person rather than online, just because I get distracted so easily. So yeah, she was a really good teacher. She made sure that she helped me with what I needed. Like I went to the Student Learning Center. I went to her. I formed my study groups with my friends just to like make sure like I knew everything. And there was times where I would go to her like about like things that like I was uncertain about. Like I remember like I was just like not freaking out, but like kind of just like on edge with like the class, and I was like, I need to go to her, like talk to her, like tell her my concerns. And obviously she pretty much reassured me like I know what I'm doing, like I need to stop like overthinking everything, which definitely helped because I calmed my nerves and everything and did everything that she told me to, so which was really good. So with my clinical experience, this session I had 3 weeks virtual and then 3 weeks in person. So what I did for 3 weeks that I was virtual, we did these iHuman cases, which is pretty much like an online simulation, and you kind of just go through the activities and ask your patient questions, make your notes, and do all what you have to do. So there wasn't really too much to do on it. It's just like you kind of just go through like the whole simulation. And then when it came to my clinical in person, I was at one of the best children's hospital here in Chicago, and I was so excited for that because like I've always wanted to have my clinical there, and I got so lucky that my clinical ended up being there. So for the 3 weeks that I was there, I did learn a lot. I learned a lot from my nurses, from my clinical instructor, and kind of just like seeing how everything was on like a perspective side of like working with kids rather than adults. So that was really nice. My clinical instructor, like she made sure like when we were giving out our medications to our patients, like we did our safe dose range and made sure to calculate everything to make sure like if the medication that we're given is not too much or not too little for the child. Like I said, we did have to make sure we calculated it in kilograms and kind of just make sure like they're getting the right amount and they're not getting too much. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed my time with clinical. I learned a lot. Like I just got to see a lot of things. I got to hear like the doctors talking with the nurses and to the parents about certain situations, and kind of just taking notes and kind of taking all that in and kind of just formulating like my notes and just how I can give a report to the next nurse, you know. So it was a really good experience overall. I did enjoy it. Even though it was like only 3 weeks, I did learn a lot within those 3 weeks, and I'm fortunate to be able to say that because, you know, some people weren't given the opportunity to have clinical this session. I know some of my friends had clinical at school, like through like simulations and stuff. So I was very grateful to be able to have clinical in the field that I kind of want to be in one day. So I'm very happy for that. So yeah, pediatrics overall, it was challenging, but I got through it. And you know, my teacher definitely made this class very reasonable, and she definitely helped me get through what I needed to get through. So that's that with pediatrics. I also took evidence-based, which is an online class along with pediatrics. So honestly, when it comes to online classes, they're kind of just like a breeze, like, you know what I'm saying? But with this class, it was more like research based. So like we had a paper due, I believe, week 3, week 5, and week 7, I believe. But one of those papers, like we had a group project to do, so we all worked on it together. We kind of started, it kind of like formulated from our literally talking to them and making sure like you're there for them, and that you can build that relationship with them so they can trust you and whatnot. So it's all about therapeutic communication. So we kind of just went upstairs and debriefed and kind of just talked about how our day went and how everything went, and like kind of just taking away like an experience and whatnot. So I don't think I would do mental health just because that's not my cup of tea. Like it was very like it was just like, it was really a lot to deal with. Like, you know, on the men's side, I have these patients like trying to flirt with me and like, oh, you're so pretty. Like, you know, obviously they're here for to get the help they need, but like to do that on a daily basis, I don't know. I don't know if I can. Like, I just can't see myself going into mental health. But maybe one day I'll try it out, or who knows. But yeah, my experience there was good, like obviously to see like the different side of everything. So but yeah, that wraps up my November session. I end up getting a B in mental, so obviously I ended off my fall semester very strong, and now I am literally going into my last year of nursing, which is so crazy to say. So for next session, I'm taking complex, which is kind of like MedSearch 3, and then I am taking these modules for like a perioperative module, which Chamberlain offered to do. Like, I think it's a 16-week course. Like, it's a 16-week course, and you do all these modules each week, and at the end of completing all the modules, you get this certificate saying you've completed it, which you can add to your resume, like in case you want to become an OR nurse. And then after that, we are able to get a clinical placement in the OR, like one-on-one. So I think that's honestly so cool. I've always thought about working in the OR and just seeing how everything is and whatnot. So I'm really excited for that, because who wouldn't want to work in the OR and do that, you know? So yeah, that's my next session. So technically I have 2 semesters left, which is honestly so crazy to say. So I'm just ready for this journey to come to an end. So I want to thank you guys for being on this journey with me and watching and commenting and just everything. Like, it's crazy to think that like this year is my year to graduate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Make sure you guys go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys just so much for just being here with me on my journey. Like, it really means a lot. Like, you guys just don't know how incredible you guys are to me. So yeah, if you guys, all right, my camera died. But like I was saying, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has liked, and subscribed to my channel and has just been in this journey since I got into nursing school. Like, you guys are honestly the best. So if you guys want to see any other videos, just comment them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. So make sure you guys go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.